Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to talk about the armor type penalties and bonuses that will be implemented with the update 29 that you can either find down here when you go to the DLCs and chapters. This is the DLC that will launch before the main Blackwood chapter. This DLC launches on March 8th, whereas the chapter is on June 1st. You can already find all the furnishing items that will launch with the DLC, as well as all the sets are on this page. There will be 2 new dungeons, and if you want to take a look at the champion points article, what kind of new perks there are and so on, you can also do that already here. I will update all the builds like always on alcasthq.com. It should be ready when the patch launches. It will be a lot of work, but there's a lot of changes coming. Now let's take a look at the patch notes. Why? Like, what's the reasoning behind why they changed this stuff? We will take a look at this in a second. But basically, the above changes were done to help increase the effect that armor plays on your build by augmenting your core combat mechanics such as break free, roll, dodge, and sprint in ways that are not already apparent in the paradigms. Additionally, the rock, paper, scissors effect that armor was originally meant to follow should have more sharp effects in PvP situations where light armor is stronger versus heavy but weaker versus medium, and heavy is stronger versus medium. He also tried to avoid outright buffing the same exact playstyles that already exist with some armor types in efforts to improve armor viability rather than reinforcing the existing patterns. For example, light armor has much more freedom with most of its stamina costs, but is less effective with outright soaking damage. Heavy armor is now slower but bulkier, and medium armor is more slippery but with less sharp bonuses as it has no drawbacks. All armor passives on scale per piece of armor equipped rather than some of them granting bonuses while wearing 5 pieces. This, along with the new penalty and bonus system of armor, should help diversify build variety and increase the viability of unique options such as for free and all 7 pieces of the same armor. Interesting. So basically what they're saying is they want that armor types have a bigger impact in gameplay, because at the moment I think it's mostly an issue in PvP where a lot of people prefer heavy armor for everything, because it just offers pretty much the best bonuses. It has more or less the best sets attached to it. But yeah, heavy armor tank shouldn't be able to deal as much damage as a medium armor or light armor build, in my opinion. But that is currently the case, especially because of proc sets. I mean, that issue won't be completely fixed, but at least it's kind of a start. Now let's see. So the first thing I want you to notice what they said. Previously you needed 5 pieces for things like agility. That's gone. So you could technically do a 2 heavy, 3 light, 2 medium build. Something like that would work now. That didn't work before. However, the skills like the shield, elude, and unstoppable still require you to have 5 pieces of a certain armor type equipped if you want to use it. Let's take a look at light armor first. Light armor penalties. Each piece of light armor does the following: increases damage taken from martial attacks by 1%, increases the cost block by 3, and decreases damage done with bash by 1. So you have to multiply that by 7. So you take 7% more damage from physical, poison, disease, bleed damage, basically. And your cost of block is increased by 21%. And you do less damage with bash. That makes sense. So I actually do agree with this. You should feel squishier. So I think this is actually fairly fair. You should also be able to block less, because you're most likely holding a stick if you're playing light armor. That's why by the way, I also hide frost stuff tanking. It's like, why does a stuff give you the same protection as a shield? It makes no sense. But anyway. Bonus. Reduces damage taken from magical attacks by 1%. Reduces the cost of roll dodge by 3%, increases movement speed while sneaking by 5%, reduces the cost of break free by 5%, reduces the cost of bash by 3%. So you take 7% less damage from magic attacks. That's pretty nice. Then the roll dodge cost is reduced by 21%. That's actually kind of crazy, but also makes sense, I guess. On the other hand, I would argue, does medium armor have this? We will see in a second. Like, I don't know if you really can dodge roll that well in a robe. So I don't know, but anyway, it is what it is. Movement speed while sneaking, sure. And then the break free cost. And the cost of bash. Okay. Other than that, yeah, let's just stick to these for now. Medium armor, they said it doesn't have any penalties, but it has bonuses because they lowered these things here, I think. Reduces the cost of sprint by 1%, reduces the cost of sneak by 5%, reduces the cost of block by 3%. Pretty much what magic also has. Reduces damage taken from area of effect attacks by 2% for 2 seconds after you use roll dodge. Okay, I guess. Oh wait, that's each piece. Okay, so that's a total of 14% AoE damage reduction. That's actually pretty good. Wow. Increases movement speed by 2% while immune to crowd control. 14, okay. These are actually pretty good, I like them. Now you don't get any damage bonus benefits, but it looks like after the dodge rolling or like CC immunity, that will really help. Interesting. Reduces the cost of block by 3%. I guess, sure, why not? You have 2 swords or a big sword, so it's probably easier to block something. I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of it, but honestly, they probably just threw a dart at the dartboard. So anyway, let's move on. Heavy armor penalties. Each piece of heavy armor does the following. Increases the damage taken from magical attacks by 1%. I guess it's when you wear metal armor and somebody zaps your ass or throws a fireball at you, that's gonna hurt. That's why you will take more damage from magic. Reduces the movement speed bonus of sprint by 1%. Sure. Increases the cost of roll dodge by 3%. Increases the size of your detection area sneaking. Yeah. But these are actually all good. A heavy armor build should not be able to dodge roll as much as a light armor or a medium armor. Like, that's just dumb. This will take care of it. I actually do agree with this. And it also shouldn't be able to sprint as much. Heavy armor bonus. Reduce damage taken from martial attacks by 1%. Okay. Increases the amount of damage blocked by 1%. Makes sense. Increases damage done with bash by 3%. Sure. Reduces your damage taken while immune to crowd control. Oh, so you get 14% free damage mitigation while you're under CC immunity? Damn. That's a lot. Ho, ho, ho. I mean, it won't be active all the time, but that sounds a little bit like over the top to me. Anyway. So my general opinion, a lot of people are like, well, we don't need that stuff, it's garbage. I actually do think it is nice. The different armor types should offer penalties and bonuses. Sure, I might not agree with all of them, but overall, this goes into the right direction, I think. Let's actually see, what else did they change? So light armor, this passive now grants 939 spell penetration per piece, rather than 4884. Wait. Okay. So you can get more penetration now by wearing 7 light armor. Dang. Okay. Prodigy, this passive now grants 1% spell critical per piece rather than 10% when wearing. Okay, so this one got a slight nerf. Spell ward, increased amount of spell resistance granted per rank to 2726. So you get a little bit more penetration but less crit, I guess, sure. Medium armor, this passive now grants 2% weapon damage per piece rather than 15%. This is a nerf. Now with 7 pieces you get 14%. Previously with 5 pieces you had 15%. Dexterity increased the amount of weapon critical granted to 1% per piece, down from 1.5. Okay. So 2 nerfs. I guess that's because medium armor doesn't have any penalties. That's why they did that. Heavy armor. Rapid mending, this passive now increases your healing taken by 1% for every piece rather than 8%. Okay, so also a slight nerf. Resolve, decreased amount of armor granted per piece of heavy armor worn to 3-4-3, down from 3-6-3, I mean whatever. Revitalize, this passive now increases the resources restored from your fully charged heavy attacks by 4% rather than 25. Okay, that's also a nerf. A small one. Okay, not too big of a change. But overall, I guess we go into the right direction. Will it really change something? I don't know. But it's definitely a move into the right direction. Gonna be interesting to see how that will affect. This is mostly like important for PvP, I guess. I mean, sure, in PvE it also matters, but you usually have more than enough damage mitigation anyway, so the extra damage taken probably won't matter that much. But in PvE, maybe we'll just see people wear 7 light armor because you can get more penetration out of it now versus more resources, so that's going to be interesting to see what will happen there. Make sure to check out eso-hub.com. All information about sets, skills, events, everything is here. You can also find the golden vendor, luxury, furniture, events, Twitch drops, undaunted pledges. It's all on that page. As well as alcasthq.com with all the endgame builds and a lot of other information as well. There's a lot of beginner guides here and a buttload of builds. I will update all of them with the new patch, don't worry. The Dwemer Automaton is a Discord bot, can also be used on Telegram and Twitch. You can install it for free if you want, and it usually pulls data from eso-hub. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, Facebook. We do have a Discord community server where I always post all the news, so I highly recommend joining. You can just mute the server and you don't need to write anything. You can just like up here the info panels. We have an Instagram where I often post different things. Then please don't forget to subscribe here on the YouTube channel, as well as my second YouTube channel where I upload live streams that I did on Twitch. All the links are in the description below, so please make sure to not forget to follow there. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Cheers.